2012 album. Celebrate the best in Canadian music. The Juno Awards 2012 album available March 12th.
At the end of last week, it was International Women's Day, and we'd like to continue that general theme on today's show. When Larry is doing speaking tours across Canada, of course, attendance is often dominated by men. But a few years ago, a couple of women, Susan Meisner and Laura McDonald, decided to do something about that. They created a website called goldengirlfinance.ca to help educate and motivate women to take control of their financial future. We are joined by one of the founders, Susan Meisner. She joins us from Winnipeg. Hi, Susan.
Hi there.
Hi.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here for a couple reasons. Again, as Pamela mentioned in the intro, we've gone around the country quite a bit in the last few years. We're noticing more and more women starting to come out to the presentations and in fact the classes we teach and teach people about investing, more and more women are starting to attend, and I think because of some of the good work that you're doing. There's three main things you want to talk about, Susan, and I should say you've got a new book out. It's called It's Your Money Honey, okay? And we look at Susan, we say, wow, she's one of the money honeys in Canada for sure. Susan, let's talk about being proactive, because that's where it first starts for anybody investing, but in your book for women in particular.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I'm excited to hear that you're seeing more and more women coming out to the investment seminars, and that's what we're seeing as well. And women are gaining more and more wealth. They've been typically an underserved market, but that's really changing as they gain much economic power. So, we wanted to create a website and a book that really started to engage women in the financial conversation, get them excited about it, inspire them, educate them, and then motivate them to start taking more of a proactive approach in their financial futures.
I mean, one of the things that I've seen is that very often the male head of the household looks after the finances. I've seen a theme recently where a lot of couples have come in and said, listen, my wife doesn't understand this as much, and my health's going downhill. I can't do this anymore. So I want you to educate my wife and help me transition some of the responsibilities to them. How does a woman first start? How does a woman first start going about building a team of experts that they can rely on?
Well, I think, that's a key point. I mean, I think if there's a team of experts in place, she should be at the table when the financial conversations are happening. Certainly in my advisory practice, I saw a lack of that, which is what motivated me to launch goldengirlfinance.ca and write the book. I think it's key that they're engaged in that conversation. It's critical to her financial well-being, and it puts her in a position of financial strength when certain things do happen. I mean, we are seeing a wave of incapacity coming. Their husbands are having strokes and they're having to pick up the finances, heart attacks and things like that. More and more women are being divorced. Let's face it, the divorce rate in Canada here is 54%, and women will typically experience a 27% decline in her standard of living. Statistics Canada just came out and said the average age of widowhood is 56 in Canada. That's shocking. So, having that team of experts around her puts her in that position of financial strength when she needs them.
Susan, to prepare for something like a divorce, which no one really wants to prepare for, but does that have a lot to do with having a stash there ready, so therefore contributing to it? Or, I mean, what would you say to someone who unfortunately may have to go through that situation?
Yeah, I think it's twofold. I mean, first and foremost, I think, you have to have a good handle on the finances. You need to know where they are. You need to know what to do. And, you also have to be able to pick it up sort of on the fly if you haven't been doing that. I mean, we always want to encourage women to be part of that conversation, whether they're taking a lead role or a key role. We want them sitting at the table. And having those experts in place is definitely key.
Okay, well, great. We're running tight on time. I will be finishing up my speaking tour across Canada. We're doing a big seminar next week here in Toronto.
We'll just thank Susan. Thanks so much for joining us. That's Susan Meisner. She is founder of www.goldengirlfinance.ca, and she joined us from Winnipeg. Sorry, Larry, you go ahead.
And I will be in Winnipeg on April 5th, so hopefully we'll be able to see Susan there. And if you want to register at the website, etfcm.com.
Okay, excellent. So that's where they can find it for you. And people can also follow you online.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's it for today's show. We'll be back next Monday at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific with another episode of Berman's Call. If you got a question, feel free to email us at bermanscall@bnn.ca.